On July 22nd, 1793, Alexander Mackenzie was the first person to traverse North America from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean by land. Shown to him by the natives, this is the last section of the trail that he needed to be successful. Because of this, it is undeniably the most historic trail in all of North America. A trail so remote that many people have attempted and failed it, mostly due to underestimating the amount of fuel and work involved in completing it. After completing about half the trail years ago, Sean from the Storytell Now put together a crew that was dead set on finishing this trail. After months of preparation, we had a small window to get through and clear the Alexander Mackenzie Grease Trail. It's all gone. All my footage from one of the biggest trips that anybody can do in their lifetime, gone. You see this? This camera tells the story. Well, not this camera. The one that one is my camera. This one's more of a prop, but this is the one that tells the story. And the whole trip got erased. I had corrupt files. They were unable to be saved. I did whatever I could to try to get them, but they were gone. Now this trip, this was a 10-day trip, but we actually planned for 14 days. We were going out in the middle of nowhere, and the preparation for this trip was actually part of the whole experience. We had to make sure we had chainsaws, we had to make sure we had enough fuel, and I had footage of getting everything ready for this big trip. We had to have the right crew. Everybody had a job to do while we were out there. But with the footage being gone, I'm gonna tell you the story, my story, of the Alexander Mackenzie Grease Trail. Howdy, boys.
Howdy.
And here we go. We are officially on the road. We're on pavement for the next 11 hours. I think today is going to be a highly caffeinated day. The Alexander Mackenzie Grease Trail starts near a town called Quesnel, which is about 750 kilometers, that's 466 miles for the Bald Eagle conversion, away from home. Crept up on us pretty quick here. We've been on the road now for about 13 hours, so we're tired. My caffeine has worn off. Here we go, the start of the Alexander Mackenzie. I am so excited. This is a bucket list trip. Probably something I'll only do once, and you know, we're with great people. We've got the crew to do it. Fingers crossed that we make it all the way through. We just want to get the cab now, and I'm gonna make some dinner, have a good dinner, because tomorrow the work starts. This trail is known to be really hard on chainsaws. We actually had one chainsaw for every person, plus another one. So 4 people, 5 chainsaws. Each chainsaw had 2 extra chains, and we all burned through the chain that was on there, plus 1 more. We ended up having 1 extra. Everybody was in the same boat. The key here is electric versus gas. Now I use this Greenworks 60 volt, 18-inch blade chainsaw, and I've been using it for about a year prior to the Alexander Mackenzie Trail. While we were preparing, I was very confident that this chainsaw would be able to handle what that trail threw at us. And it did. As a matter of fact, the electric chainsaws ended up doing about 80% of the work. Where it fell short was if there was a lot of cutting to do at once, you're gonna run out of battery. You won't have time to charge it. It takes about 2 hours to charge it full, and that's gonna give you about 30 cut. Whereas in the gas ones, once you run out, you just put more gas in, away you go. But other than that, these electric chainsaws have come so far, you don't need to carry extra fuel. You can just cut it. If you have extra batteries, you can just swap out the battery. These batteries are very, very expensive. You would need about 3 or 4 of them to make it so that you wouldn't need to keep constantly charging it.
After a day of rest, the crew is prepared and ready for the long trail ahead. The Alexander Mackenzie Grease Trail runs alongside a series of lakes and the Blackwater River. We would have to cross this daunting river, and that would mark the end of the well-traveled trail. At this point, the crew had burned more fuel than expected, and the call was made for me to run back to town to refill the jerry cans. From this point forward, we would be a man down, which meant more idling and more fuel would be needed.
So I've officially lost comms with Sean and Braun. Have Alex ahead of me, gonna fill up with fuel and head back. I'm already starting to feel exhausted. It's only been 3 days. Oh man. Let's see Alexander Mackenzie Trail, what you got for me. So the sign lied. There's food, but there's no gas. They do have diesel though. We don't need diesel, we need gas. So, another 40 minutes down the road. Apparently there's gas there, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to find it. So what ended up being a quick little 40-minute trip ended up being another 40 minutes, a little bit more, plus the time to fill up. I mean, we're looking at about 4 hours round trip right now. By myself, I miss my friends. That's not true. The whole way there I was with Alex. But the whole way back I'm by myself, I miss my friends. Radio check, can you guys hear me? Alright, what I thought was going to be a 4-hour round trip was actually a little bit more. And I'm actually starting to worry that Sean and Braun might be a little worried because we haven't had communication since I was filling up. I'm trying to get a hold of them, but I'm still too far out. Let's try again. Sean, Braun, can you guys hear me? Hey guys, I'm about, I don't know, I want to say about 6 kilometers out. I'll see you shortly.
10-4. He's talking at 6 kilometers out. 10-4. Find the trail, but this is a pretty decent spot without much grass where we can camp. John, what's guiding you right now? The drone. Gotcha. It doesn't even look like it's been here that long. No, it probably still runs. I think we bomb high.
truck, man. Turn this off. Go. It was all fun and games until the rain came in. Screw this. I should have kept on recording because that was like the shortest storm ever. I mean, it's still dripping a little bit, but as soon as we got into the car, it was over. Literally like 3 seconds later. Sun's out. Oh no, we still got a couple of raindrops. We're gonna get these logs cleared. Keep on going. We've only moved about 5 kilometers today. We have another 15 to go today.
The deeper we went, the more exhausted we got. And the more exhausted we got, the more this trail threw at us. The Alexander Mackenzie Trail is unforgiving. The slightest miscalculation would be absolutely devastating. We were now a crew of 3, 15-hour days to travel 20 kilometers. All right, still working the saws and our bodies. This is quite the workout. Basically what we're doing at this point is we're walking about a half kilometer, cutting all the deadfall, leaving the saws there, walking back, getting the cars, getting the trucks, and coming back. We got 2 people on the saws, 1 person clearing. We were mentally and physically beaten, but we had no choice. We came to clear the path and complete the Alexander Mackenzie Trail.
Alright, we're making a push for camp tonight. We're already drained, we've been at it all day. Time to put the cameras away and get to work. Get to camp. The next shot you'll see, we'll be at camp. Ba-boom!
Alright, I know it's not the scene that you expected to see first thing in the morning, but this is where I slept last night. And the reason for that is because at around 11 o'clock last night, I ran into some trouble. This road doesn't look like much, but it's 25 degrees off camber. And with the slippery, wet rocks, I ended up sliding a little bit too close to the edge, and it was very uncomfortable for everybody. So we had to get me back on the road. We decided to winch the Jeep up to a tree, which decided it didn't want to be a winch anchor. This is the tree right here. So, of course it's hooked up to my, yeah, you guys can see it. Of course it's hooked up to my Jeep, so when it came down right at the Jeep. But we did end up winching to another tree. We got out, and sadly, in the same spot here, there is a vehicle that has rolled off the side, and there's also a cross that is on the side of the road here. So unfortunately, it looks like somebody didn't make it, which I think added to the stress. But hey, we're through it now, and we're gonna continue.
That back tire slips up on right now though.
Oh, you're trying, dude. Stop.
I'm going forward. Back. Hey, the winch on me or something, man.
What?
Winch in the snap block.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. Ronnie, let's go. Whoa.
Come on. Try and climb up your passenger tire here. Look out. Whoa, 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 whoa. Back up.
Yeah.
Completely shaken up by the prior night's events, Sean made the call to relax and cool off, just up the trail a little bit. A much needed rest, but after a couple of hours, we were ready to go again.
Ready.
Service airbag system. Service airbag system. Service power steering system, it says sometimes too.
There it is. My sway bar light is blinking. Can't turn on the radio.
I got a couple
You know
ideas.
what? Maybe that's why this was beeping. It wasn't enough volts. See, now it's not turning on.
You killed your battery by leaving your radio on, maybe. Well, that shouldn't kill it. Lots of things could kill it.
Okay, that's a good sign. That's just the dead battery.
Not the best way to start the morning. My truck won't start. I've sort of been running into a power problem, charging everything up, and I just decided to run it off my car battery, charging up the gear, the GoPro, and all the things, and now the truck won't start.
Hey, Teddy.
Yeah?
Is this what your truck won't do? Oh, bird! Bird!
Don't start with me.
You were waiting for that.
What?
You were practicing that all morning.
When you go into town, can you pick me up some Pop-Tarts?
Yes.
Okay.
If I remember. I'll try and remember.
I was joking. Just something random.
You gotta do better than Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts is believable.
Oh.
You gotta be like, yo, can you go to the pet store and get me a
Postcard?
bird?
A bird? And a cage in the food. Alright, truck is started. So I'm gonna charge up all my gear and the jackeries while Sean and Braun go get some more supplies and some more parts. And just like that, I'm left alone to fend for myself. What am I gonna do with all this time?
Might be the problem, eh?
That's not supposed to do that?
There's nothing left of it. It's a good thing we were doing this because it wouldn't have made it much further, I don't think. Three now, at least.
So Braun's working away on his truck. And something I like to do is watch people's dogs while they're doing what they're doing to see how out of character it is. And as you can see, Braun's dog is completely chilled out. This is completely normal in the life of Ronnie.
Alright, both that's the full inner race broken in half, and then this is half the outer race, and half the outer race is still in here.
How's it even happen?
Alexander Mackenzie Trail, I guess? I don't know. Give it another gusto. Oh, there goes my
Second box down in my stack.
Yeah, that'll work.
We are on our way out. We're packed up, ready to go. Let's see what's up ahead. We're expecting a couple more days of heavy cutting, so we're ready for it, especially now after the rest. Let's go, let's hit it.
Yeah.
So we've made it to the landing strip, which is awesome. One of the landmarks of this trail. I was looking forward to this one. Look
tell those trees fell. That's Sasquatch 100%.
Yeah, don't fall into his trap.
Welcome back to day 4,562 of the Alexander Mackenzie Trail. I'm tired, there's mosquitoes, I broke my awning, I don't feel good. Greenworks, 18-inch blade. I needed every inch of it. I have no idea where the road is.
That's the key to a ranch back there.
All right, we just came out onto this meadow and there's a ladder and some like little kid bikes. So I don't know if this was like a home back in the day or what the heck's going on, but those little kid bikes, those are really small bikes. And it doesn't seem like anybody's been here in a while. Like years. Anyways, let's keep going. They're coming over. So we stopped by Bob and Linda's and they gave us some information. They said the trail should be all clear from here on out. We'll take about 9 hours. Let's go.
Left. That was close too.
So far we have been, I'd say, fairly lucky with weather. We see storms out in the distance, but none of them have really hit us until now. We had a lightning strike, I don't know, couldn't have been more than 200 yards away from where we are. Now thunder, and now of course comes the rain. But this is crazy. Luckily we're not outside cutting anymore. And we're not far from camp now.
One at a time, dude.
Damage report. All right, let's go over the damage. This just in, my fender is off, my rack is bent, my awning is, oh yeah, you gotta see my awning. Then we got my front fender also smashed. This side of the Jeep seems okay, other than the awning. What else we got? My rack is completely bent, but that rack is done for. I'm gonna go home and take it off. It was never supposed to be on here this long in the first place, so now I gotta get rid of it. Feel like I need to explain myself on this one. Not to justify my stupidity and bad driving, but I noticed my fender was getting hit. So what I did was I lowered my mirrors so that I could keep an eye on my fenders. Then we were backing out on this trail, and because my mirrors were so low, I did not see a tree that went, it was up high. As you can see, it hit the awning. So I didn't see it. The awning got it. But you should see the tree. It's still exactly where it was. The tree was already fallen. And then, because of what happened to my awning, I decided, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't have my mirrors so low. So I lifted them back up, and that's when the fender went. You know, you solve one problem, you create another. That's my luck anyway. We heard that the trail is clear the rest of the way, so we're expecting to be out of the trail today, which is pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to getting home. I miss my family. I can't wait to get this trail finished. It's quite an accomplishment. Let's go, let's get it done. Now
We're backing up and heading down.
Okay, so we just pulled up to Elgin Lake Lodge, and we're greeted by Aaron and Jennifer. Class A people, great people. They invited us in to give us a couple of directions, and Jennifer chopped up some watermelon. So we're gonna have some watermelon, hang out for a minute, and be on our way.
Trail to follow.
Okay.
And it'll just keep taking you out until,
And what's the road called? The main one you're talking about?
well, the logging road on this side is called Quinnell Road.
Okay.
So now I'm in one of the cabins that they rent out, and I think we're gonna come back with the family and hang out here, maybe do some fishing. So Jennifer is telling me that it's very difficult to grow food out here because of the way the seasons work. And they have this beautiful greenhouse where they literally grab buckets of water from the lake, bring it up to give their plants, their veggies, some water. Beautiful. Sadly, it's time to go. We're gonna hit the road. Bye, Jennifer. Bye. And so this looks like it's the end of the line for us. Moving forward, the trail got really tight. Any clearing that was done real narrow. Some of it only wide enough for somebody to walk through. So after speaking to Aaron and Jennifer, they said that it was cleared that way because it's a hike-in only, and the natives do not want any vehicles in there. So respectfully, we are gonna head back out the way we came, around the lake, and that's it. Once we hit the main road, I think Alexander Mackenzie Trail is officially done. All right, here we are, Anaheim Lake, the end of the Alexander Mackenzie Trail. Or I should say the Alexander Mackenzie Grease Trail. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing. Until next time, go away, get lost, and unwind.
Life's like a movie, lights, camera, action. Put your mind to it, live a life.